Greetings, blessings, salutations. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, here to share some time, some fellowship, some conversations. The topic and what I really do hope to share is perspectives, gratitude, and praise. Praise God. Praise to life in itself. Praise for the day. Praise for the opportunity. And I am grateful. I truly am. I'm a very grateful man. I'm grateful to all of you who've tuned in already. And hey, to the mods. I'm generous with the mods, and I've kind of I remember I've added mods and then people have said please don't. And but I like the idea of mods. Not for the censorship part though. I mean, to some degree with some of the craziness that's going on, absolutely, and thank you. But also to share encouragement. You can drop your link, you can share whatever you think is cool with the community. Um, Praise be. Today, hey, welcome, Nicole. You have been asked for. I don't know if you're aware of that, but there are people in the chats who are regular, big fans of yours, okay? Um, hey, to all of you who joined, thank you and blessings. This is kind of my goal for the day, to keep the mean-spirited people away. But admittedly, I know I even have that tendency as well. So, but today, genuinely, gratitude, the thumbnail, gratitude and praise can easily replace time spent in fear. So, what is fear? Fear is the absence of love. It's that feeling that's not at peace, right? It's anxiety, it's depression, it's guilt, it's shame, and of course, it's fear. All of those things, you know what? Here, let's simplify it. Fear is the negative. So we each have the same number of days or hours in the day. And we get to choose how we spend it. I shared this observation and encouragement with a great friend earlier, and I gave some thought to what I offered. The have tos. This life has created a lot of have tos in our days. And the have tos can bring, if if you don't feel you have what you need, you're going to feel feelings of fear and anxiety. Welcome, my sister. Oh, you look
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you so much. We got dressed up tonight. We have dinner reservations at 7, and it's been a really special occasion for us. We've been working towards getting my wedding, and yesterday we did the engagement photos. So, part of the venue and where we're at required us to stay 2 nights, and so we're on location right now. And it's just been such a beautiful and blessed respite. We are so grateful because we've been working so hard, and it's just been such a gracious experience to be here. I can't thank God enough for that manifestation. So
Nicole, I love you so much. Seriously. And I'm so excited for you. Okay.
yeah, thank you.
break. I know you and um, your soon to be. I know you guys have been working hard and
Yes.
facing some challenges. So I am
Yeah,
excited for you. And you do. You look beautiful this evening.
thank
And
you.
I hope you guys have a magical time.
Thank you so much. It's just such a gracious time, and we've worked so hard. Both my jobs that I have been very gracious with me and allowing me time to be here to do this, and also on occasion a respite because I had been working every day for a number of weeks. And so it's just been such a blessing, and I'm so humbled and so happy to be here. It just means the world to us. So we thank everybody for pulling together to help us and, see us through our trials and tribulations as well. So we're very grateful.
You, hey, you're light and serious. Hmm. I mean, this thought. I know the light of love is what we're here to be, and you are just a beautiful example for me. Thank you. Um, that, and I've said this before. Without gratitude, love is absence. You're filled with gratitude, so your light, your love is just beaming. It really is, and uh, and that's what
and
this life is about. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and so much to be grateful for, even in the small things. It could be, just seeing the sunrise or set. It could be, the discussion you have with a friend that builds you up when you're feeling down. It could be a meal that satiates you, a beautiful set of scenery, um, something, however small or large it is, there are things that we can be grateful for, and with that gratitude, it can grow more every day. And life can be as beautiful as we choose to make it. Even though we do experience difficulties and trials and tribulations, all as humans, it's just a wonderful thing to also see people come together during those times and holding space and holding each other up in that love. So thank you so much.
Sister, that's exactly what our world is needing, is to help lift each other up. And I shared on, if I may, a little self-promotion. In the descriptions, I've got that link link tree link, and it's got my other social media in there.
Mhm.
I post pretty regularly on Facebook, Instagram as well. Um, but I shared a different post besides the thumbnail about Thessalonians 5:18. Be thankful in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus.
Yes.
These challenges, this is where we are refined. This is what I've learned and accepted for myself, right? Is that we are here as creatures, beasts with a spirit of the divine. And we're here to evolve, to mature, to develop, perhaps ascend, right? So, yeah, where I was going. All I know is the truth.
Yes.
By God's grace, we are here. By God's grace, each day is, and we get to be. And not everyone gets to be pain free, secure, comfortable, safe. Not everybody gets to be that way. And many people start in the day and don't get to be at the end.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it's a beautiful aspect in contemplation and looking at one's life, because even when we are challenged with obstacles that present itself, by reaching out to others in love and by having them reciprocate in love and being a support for one another, we're stronger together than we are separate. And just having that sense of community and that sense of loving one's neighbor as oneself, and that realization in those moments, those are wonderful things to be grateful for because it gives us the strength to continue on. And it is such a beautiful avenue too of ascension because it gives us the opportunity to express that of that love and that peace that we have for oneself to one's neighbor. And those opportunities are gracious and they're kind and there's a strength in kindness. And and that can be really heartfelt and seen through the actions and through the words that are spoken. So with those things, it can create a beautiful life when we're co-creating it together in that sense to really build one another up in love, because with love, all things are possible.
amen. Sister, love, this is what I realized. Love is the reason. Love is the reason for all things. Love is the reason we don't give up. Those relationships, right? The love we remember, that's what carries us through the tough times. Sometimes the love we remember is what brings us to the darkness with our pain. But I chuckled to myself when you were talking about love being reciprocated, how important that truly is. But the other side of that is your strength and your love can come from within, with or without others. So when love is reciprocated, please recognize it as a gift. Don't overlook it. Don't take it for granted. I'm speaking humbly from past mistakes. So,
Yeah. And it really is a beautiful gift. It's a gift of source, of God, of Christ, to to be able to give and receive that. And it is again something that we can be very grateful for in our day-to-day activities because um, life is not always easy. There are challenges. There are things out there. But again, together we can be stronger, and with that love we can go forward, and it allows us to have the encouragement or the courage to be able to step up to those challenges that we see every day. So that is a blessing indeed.
amen. I think we're here to learn love because the best way to know something is to know the different aspects of it, to include the absence of love. And the absence of love, it can appear real. I know it can appear real. This world can bring many people have been on very dark paths. Part of it self creation, maybe karmic, whatever, but there's we're all living these amazing different lives, living in these different realities where different things are real and different things are true. It's craziness. All of the lies that have been been conditioned through our society, through propaganda and miseducation. Holy cows, man. So, what do you do if you live in a world of lies, but you realize at some point, holy crap, I'm actually a child of God? What if? So, then what do you do? If you're a child of God living here on earth amongst the enslaved and the confused, what do you do?
At that
You,
point, it's sort of realization of our ascension. When we're awake to the knowing that we are a child of God in a world that is encompassed in lies. That's when we begin our ascension. And when we realize with real eyes the real lies that are being created in a world of illusion, in a world of Maya, in a world of um, false lies, we can be that light to shine. We can be that beautiful contrast to show, yes, this is the way.
Mhm.
And we show it by the way that we speak, by the way that we act, by the way that we live our life every day. And love will always have the the conquering aspect over fear, over all of the lies. We know that innately, and that will give us the encouragement to continue on and to seek the truth despite all those lies that we see.
I agree.
So,
Jesse, hi.
Welcome, welcome, both you beautiful souls.
Oh, wonderful to see you. What a
hey,
blessing.
it keeps
Awesome.
improving. Welcome, Jesse.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate that.
Michael.
Yeah. And Michael
Hi,
and Jess.
Michael.
Hi.
Hi, y'all.
Hi.
Welcome. Jesse, you were going to say something about what Nicole has said. That was beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Realizing our part, being the light, being the love. And you know what? I am honored to be on this panel with such beautiful examples. You are some of the most gentle and kind, brave. Much respect. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome, brothers.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Appreciate that, Jack. And, I guess, it's when you have so many people that seem to be against you and, they're coming at you in different ways. It just shows that we're winning, right? They wouldn't be hating so much if we weren't affecting them and winning. And so stay strong, stay true, stay balanced. Don't stoop to their level because they're exposing who and what they are with every ad hominem attack, with everything that they're doing. Just know that you're better than them. They just want to try to bring you down into the muck with them. So as long as we stay strong, we rise above, then nothing can harm us.
That's so true. Thank you for those encouraging words, Jesse. That means the world to me. It really
And sorry. And Jesse, what you're saying, yeah, I got baited into it. I allowed myself to become baited after my stream yesterday and went and went with the intention of setting the record straight, you know. Uh, my ego showed me to be disagreeable, and I'm not gonna. I'm avoiding sinking to those levels. Welcome, Michael. Welcome back. You were kind of frozen there.
Yeah.
And welcome, Joe. How you
Oh, that's
doing?
good. Great, great. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I see you catch something yesterday.
Welcome, Joe.
How you guys doing?
Oh,
That shit was wild. I don't even know what y'all were talking about. I don't even know what you guys just hopped on and I only heard a couple words, so I don't want to disrupt shit. But yesterday was interesting as fuck, bro. I thought.
Hey, this actually we just it, it was the first we discussed. Until now,
Yeah,
we've been talking really about gratitude,
yeah,
about faith in the divine, trust. Well, I bring up trust, but reasons to celebrate each day, because truly the best way to not worry about
yeah.
fears may exist, but the best way not to worry about them is to find things to praise. You focus on your gratitude more,
Then you focus
and
on your worry, is what you're saying. Yeah.
and the worries, they become less. You take less time with worry and more time on gratitude.
Nicole, you would agree, don't you, man? I see you
yes,
smiling and nodding.
yes, I do.
And
I do agree.
and the worries just fade away.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I
It
guess
takes
is that why people yeah, that makes sense. I'm not these people who had all this anxiety and worry, if they focused on that, like our focus so good, focus on good, yes. If you fucking dwell on that shit, yeah, they got to be as shitty as I am
Joe.
peaceful. If I'm speaking well,
You got that right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
yeah.
I know you're who you are, and you mean
Go ahead.
let's be mindful of the profanity just
What I
for a
just
little
said.
bit.
I don't even know what I said, to be honest with
I
you. I don't
know,
even know what I said.
I know. It's something I'm trying to work on myself, but
Right.
hey,
Jack, I
and
want you to look good in front of your guests. If I can do something better for change a bit, I'll give it a shot, man.
Absolutely.
I know
Uh,
you're another bright example. You're a
thanks for that.
great example for
Thank you
others
for that.
to see, as far as light and encouragement
Yeah.
and strength and love. It takes a strong person to be kind,
Jack, they were
especially.
they were wrong, Jack. They said that I would not be welcome over here. All that shit. They were very fucking wrong. Jack's gonna rage on you and all that shit, bro. You're proving them wrong. Just
Thank
saying.
you,
Just
Joe.
saying.
Thank you for seeing that. I appreciate that.
We have so many beautiful things on the channel to be thankful for, and these guests. I know Jesse has worked so hard on his show
This is a
and
fucking man, bro. Yeah.
hosting people to really bring out the light and provide interviews. He's worked so hard on the High Vibe Love Tribe and just showing ways that we can dance and exercise and raise our vibration.
I'm coming to one of them. I've been hearing about it. I see
Absolutely.
Jesse. He'd leave us, right? It's like this. Suddenly lights are flashing. Okay, I gotta go, guys. I'm like, what the fuck is it? I gotta
He's a
go.
great,
I want to go there, bro.
he's just a great master of ceremonies and just overall just a very gracious, host. Michael, has been so gracious in his productions and, offering venues to help collaborate with other people and
Mike, can I?
provide such a wonderful community.
I
It's just
don't know if
so,
I know what Mike does. Can someone tell me?
yes, he
we'll
is,
we'll get to that, but
yeah,
we'll, if I may, because Nicole, I don't want you to be late to your reservations.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate this opportunity to speak. I will graciously give you the forum and thank you again for this time. Just to
Nicole, you
talk
look
about,
nice before you leave. You look good, man. You look
yeah,
good, and
thank you.
lights and shit. Just before you go.
Thank you so much. I really
Uh,
appreciate you, Joe. You have a wonderful evening and God
you as
bless you
well.
all. Thank you again.
All right,
You as
good.
well. Thank you
All right.
for joining, Nicole. God bless you. I hope you both Celebrate with joy. Love you.
Bye, Nicole.
Oh, Michael. Yeah, it appears maybe Joe and you have not met yet. Do you know anything about Joe Cool?
Besides, he's cool.
Well, I experienced him through your show a little bit.
Okay.
But Michael, she was saying, you know, Michael's done this and that, and I'm one of them guys who got to visualize shit to keep up with the conversation. And I was curious what she's like. You put on performances, I think she said. What do you do, Mike?
Yeah, I've been a performer since age 5, but I'm mostly a media producer and photographer, filmmaker,
Very
event
good.
producer.
Mike, I love all of that shit, bro. You know, I edit, I love to produce the pictures, and I would love to, if you got time, to see some of your photos. You know, I'm struggling with that myself. I make videos, and I find that a bit difficult. I don't even use filters and shit, so I would love to see some of your work, man.
Speaking about performers, we just interviewed Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong today.
Wow.
That's right. I meant to bring that up, or I wanted to bring that up. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, that was a pretty cool conversation. And
Fascinating guy.
God, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just fascinating to be able to hear. He's 85 years old. And
Is
you
he
know,
still
just
smoking? Is he still smoking?
Yeah, he took an edible right on camera. He's one of his edibles, right? So I didn't ask about the smoke, but he said, "Yeah, this got some THC," and he popped one right in his mouth before we
That's
ended.
great.
So that was
Very good.
badass.
Very good. Yeah, I'll be telling that story all day, bro.
It was an entertaining stream. I think Michael may be having some internet
I
issues.
think that's what it is. Yeah.
And you're welcome back. Hopefully we can figure that out. There he is. It was a fun stream, and dude, he seems like someone who'd be pretty fun to hang out with. That's for sure. There you are, Michael. Welcome back.
How did that? Yeah, I've got a very low power laptop since my robbery and assault. I've lost almost everything. Jesse, I'm curious. Some folks were asking in your chat how that interview came about. You've probably answered it too many times already, but I'm curious about how you connected with Tommy Chong.
So I interviewed somebody that's a podcaster who's got, I think his consciousness something that's interviewed him. And after I interviewed him, he's interviewed Lori Ladd, he's interviewed Tommy Chong and a couple other people. He said, "Would you like to interview them?" And I'm like, "Sure." So he gave me Tommy Chong's son's email address, emailed him, emailed Lori Ladd. Both of them said they'd be honored to come on the show. So well, his son said, would be great. And Lori said she'd be honored. And, so just a lot of the people for the first year, I sent probably about 1,000 invites out to the missing link to anybody and everybody, right? Once I interviewed David Icke and Del Bigtree and some of these Lee Camp right at the very beginning when I started the show. So when I send an email to somebody and I interviewed some very well-known people, they're more likely to want to come on my show to put some legitimacy to it. So I sent out about 1,000 invites for the first year. And this last year and a half, I haven't really sent out much invites unless someone says, "Hey, you should interview this person," or "Hey, so I'm not actually searching for anybody." Or if someone sends me a video and it's a cool video and I'm like, I'd like to talk to the person who made that. And so I send them an invite, right? So we've done 566 interviews now in 2.5 years.
After that many, I would assume that some people come looking for you at this point, yeah?
Lots of people come. And so I've got right now 50 pre-bookings. We're booked all of September, all of October, and I'm kind of first week in November's all full. I got a couple spots.
I asked you this. They killed your YouTube channel because all I do is YouTube. I think you say you guys on a different platform.
Yeah,
can't.
so we're on 10 different platforms right now. Even
Are
like
you on
dollar.
YouTube? I can't just go on
Yeah,
YouTube and
YouTube
find
is
missing
the
link.
yeah, it's the missing link live. So they've deleted 4 of my channels on YouTube. I had
That's a shame.
150,000 hours viewed on YouTube for my interviews before they killed my first channel. And I never got a cent from YouTube. Not one penny did YouTube pay me for 150,000 hours viewed of my stuff.
All right.
Fascinating. Hey, you know what though? I am so grateful. It was through Jesse that I kind of pushed myself out onto YouTube a little more.
Yeah, I
And,
could see that. Right.
and it was actually through Jesse that I met, well, I met Paul and then all of you guys.
Wait. Jess, is that true that he meet Paul through you?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I interviewed Jack, and you know, ever since I interviewed Jack, a whole bunch of people try to discredit Jack before the interview and hammer him and all that. And when people are coming at people, I always go for the underdog, right? I always, you know, I don't like bullies at all. I got bullied when I was a kid. So when
Yeah, I do
people
the
are
same.
attacking people, I find I need to put that protection over them because, you know, it just eats at my gut when people that, you know, are vulnerable get, you know, picked on and stuff. So
Yeah, I think I got an issue with that. My old man used to beat my old girl. I was 5. My old lady, my mom, I was 5 years old, and I couldn't do shit. I think that bothers me today, where I feel the urge to protect people.
yeah, and so I saw the video of Paul, you know, of his cop video, and so I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, saw the video. You know, is there any chance you can, you know, come on the show?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Sure." And you know, what you would call it. So booked him on the show. We had like a good 4 or 5 hour conversation. At the time, he only had like 8 people watching him. So you know, at the time I had lots of people watching. Jack found Paul through when I interviewed Paul.
I was
and
about to
so
say, you
and
know,
so
Paul likes to claim credit for this. I think we got to give Jesse credit for starting both of you catches. So
well,
we
check
can't
this
give it
though.
to Paul no more.
But check this though. After I interviewed Jack, Jack said, you know, he's looking for people to work with. If I can work with him, I said I'm really, really busy. I said, why don't you just start going live and connecting and stuff and doing these interviews, right, Jack? And that's just what I told you. What did
Jack,
Jack do?
we
He
could have
starts
been
going live.
trolling Paul with this
Oh,
all this time.
there's lots of lies that come out of the hate crew, right? So
Paul doesn't care about facts. It's clear.
Yeah,
So,
I'm goofy. I like a lot of fun and all of that shit. You
yeah.
know, I thought yesterday was a ball and shit. But that's just the only part. My biggest shit was them calling you evil. That makes me think people are indoctrinated. That's a big problem. We just fucking with each other over here. You know, us against them type of shit. You can't be goddamn it. You know, assuming who's evil. And that was heavy to me. But the rest of that shit, I didn't have a problem with.
yeah, have you seen Jack do anything? What's he's doing right now online, being people? Is he deceiving people? Is he being evil? Have you seen any of that kind of
If
stuff?
he's evil, I have to consider many people are evil, right? Because when I asked for their proof, they gave me, he gets angry, throws niggas in the so-and-so shit that I do, everybody else does. If he's evil, we'd have to open up to, that evil door for a lot of us. What? We got the chickens outside, so this nigga keeps jumping up here. Go ahead. Come on, motherfucker. Yeah, the chickens are under the window. So the dogs keep, I don't know if y'all can see that. So the dog keeps jumping up here, jumping back down. This while I'm on panel, this might happen a lot. Go.
Oh, you're true.
So she's going to go watch the chickens.
Hey, I didn't pay a lot of attention to yesterday, but there was a lot of false narratives being presented and accepted. And I just find it fascinating. I really do. Because,
sorry, go ahead.
Well, the lack of care for truth. It's the human ego The human ego is selfish, ungrateful. It's always wanting to
Do you
fight.
think it's ego, Jack? I think that maybe ego with Paul and shit, but
Yeah.
a lot of those guys were just like on some roll with the mob shit. They didn't even
Yeah.
have good points in argument. They just rolling. A lot of it was just to be part of a group. A lot of what I
Yep.
interpret as people being part of the group. The people who really had a beef or idea or had a gripe with you were few. Most of the niggas who jumped up there, they was just fucking, piling on with the other guys.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
see,
go ahead.
Joe, this is what I've been saying. It's been happening for months. Paul holds space for anyone to
Here we go.
complain or to say whatever they want, and people
About you.
gain favor. People gain favor with Paul by agreeing with him. And from the beginning, he's judged me as unworthy, as
Yeah.
subordinate to his supremacy. Dude,
Yes.
this is egotism. It's just, I won't say narcissism because that word has been
Beat to death.
overused.
Yeah.
It's egoic, juvenile,
Yes.
emotionally stunted behavior.
Yes.
Because seriously, if we want to change the world, how much does it help arguing against each other here?
Attacking each other, spending hours and hours attacking, trying to character assassinate someone that's just trying to change the world, someone that likes to align himself with the Christed way. We all fall short. We're all doing our best. But for people to attack people, to hammer people that are
Thank you,
trying to do
Jesse.
better,
That's
that's
the truth.
not proper. That's aligning with the wrong energy. No matter how righteous or no matter how intelligent you think you are, if you're attacking people trying to do better, you're no better than the people that are doing horrific things on this earth.
That's the truth. It should have been easy
Hey.
for me to say that shit yesterday. We're all the same. Blah blah blah.
Well, let's please recognize we are all part of the micro of the macro. And what's happening here, it's no different than what the American government is doing. It's bullying other democracies, and it's interfering in the governance of other citizens. We're at a point right now in the evolution and devolution, the de-evolving. Where is civilization when there's no love? Without love, you have a heartless prison.
That judgment shit. Perhaps we didn't define it the other day well enough when we were talking. But it's one thing to observe a thing and state your judgment. You're observant. God, I can't talk. Fuck.
Take a breath. You got
to do it. No, I can feel my mind slipping. Maybe it's because I started this weed. I can feel myself getting less sharp. Sometimes I go for hours smoking this shit. And I can't feel like I can talk well. See, like now I done lost the thought. This is gonna be a battle now. This is gonna be a battle. Just the whole. Okay, we were trying to articulate a judgment. Now I've been throwing this shit in my head for months now. Is it just the difference between judging and using your whatever that word that girl
discernment?
Thank you, Jack. Judgment. How do we define judgment? That's going to be a big deal. But every time I try to, I can't separate it from just okay. Like if I say that girl's not good looking. That's judging her, I guess. But when I talk about judgment,
opinion, though. That's your
not,
opinion. That's not a judgment. That's just giving your opinion. Everybody's got a different eye for beauty.
Maybe that's it.
So you're
Maybe
just giving an opinion, but if you're judging someone, meaning they're lesser, you're putting
Yes.
them down, that's a judgment, right?
Yes, that's what I'm
Sure,
trying to distinguish
you're
the two.
allowed to
Yeah.
have opinions of others, right?
Opinions.
But
Yeah.
if your opinions of others are causing loss,
I
injury, or
think you
harm,
nailed it. I think you
you're
nailed it.
actually, publicly stating things that you're trying to discredit, dismean, put someone down. You're only doing that to yourself because you look like the fool, not the person that you're casting that judgment toward.
I've been trying to come up with that shit for months. I think I'm high, so I might be wrong, but I'm gonna throw this around. If it's that simple, opinions are okay, and opinions are not judgment. Judgment is when you think you're bad. Hitting a dog gonna jump down, finna jump back. This shit gonna happen as long as them chickens outside. She jumping back up here. This is just gonna go back and forth.
Joe. You don't have to let it disturb you.
Oh no, I
or
think
us.
all right, good. Thank you for that. Thank you.
You didn't answer the question. You kind of avoided it, Joe.
What was the question?
About Jack. Is there anything on that you see about Jack that is dangerous? What you've seen and observed
Yes,
is what's
clearly.
dangerous?
Wait, is Jack dangerous?
Yeah. Do you consider him a danger to the world? Has he been a danger for what you've, perceived from what you've seen in all the interactions? What danger is he to himself or others by what he's been doing?
All right, maybe now I think you have a different interpretation. I think I'm dangerous. I got that shit temper. If you'd asked that of me, but I think you're talking about harming motherfuckers. I don't think that. But Jack has that.
What has his actions been doing that makes you think that he's a danger to people?
He's got a horrible temper. The same shit I do. How I can't control my shit.
But how is that a danger?
It might not be a
online?
danger. That's why I had to correct myself. They're not like hurting anybody. But that's when you asked me, that's the first thing I thought. Yes, that motherfucker. If anybody got like that temper like I got, they're dangerous. My temper has done horrible shit, right? Because it just had to, whatever the fuck reason. So I fear that temper. It's dangerous. And if he got the same shit, you got to worry about that nigga.
Well, what would need to be worried about other than what is present? There's nothing to worry about.
You couldn't harm me here, right? You couldn't harm us, right? Right. Agreed.
Okay,
but I don't know if he was just talking about dangerous to us. Is that what you were asking, Jesse?
Yes, danger to like what you've seen.
Okay, that's
him coming online every single day for the last however many months. Yeah, has he been a danger to people online?
I don't see it. No, I don't see it.
So why is there so much hate towards him? Why is there so much attacks? Why is there so much need to discredit him, to try to tell people to not go over here, to not support him? Why is there so much hate and attacks?
Why
and
is
they're
that?
Trying to justify it by he's a dangerous man. To who? What has he done that's been dangerous? All I've seen is a guy. He sometimes snaps a little bit. He's got a little bit of a temper. He's been enduring a lot of attacks, right?
Understood.
So sometimes it's unwarranted to other people once he gets in the mood because people have pushed his buttons. He's working on that. He's admitted that. He says that he's sorry about that. He was like that yesterday.
Danger, though.
That's not a sign of a narcissist that can admit that they were wrong and try to correct themselves. If the narcissist is either the hero or the victim. So if they can take responsibility and say, hey, yeah, I was a little bit fucking, too much.
You're right.
Not a narcissist,
Jesse,
because a narcissist can't do that.
Their argument, every time I brought up how he clearly could not be an argument, their argument was that he's acting. He's a good fucking actor. Every time I'm like, but he shows forgiveness. He loves. He has mercy. Narcissists can't do this. He's acting to fool me. That's their argument.
See, this is the key. This is the thing. Sterling Ray and Michael, you've been patient. Do you want to jump in?
Please do, man. I'm assuming your internet's fucked up all the time. I ain't heard from you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was trying to send you a link, Joe Cool, because you had asked for an opportunity to see my work. So I had some trouble logging into the chat, but I managed with this low power ThinkPad here.
Can you access the link, Jack, and we see some of his pictures, photographs?
Jack,
did you put it in the regular chat?
on screen briefly.
It was in
I
the
did.
regular chat. I'm looking for it. In the stream.
At any rate,
oh,
Jesse, you were just now defending Jack per se. I was losing track of who we were
Jack.
talking
He was
about.
defending Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. Rightly so. We all have quirks and challenges, and Jack's lost his temper a bit, but he's pursuant to Jesse's point.
Harmless.
Those who are seeking constructive critique by definition can't be narcissists.
Yes,
now, someone may have a slightly narcissistish day, be acting a little narcissistish, I like to call it. But if they come back from it and say, "Hey, am I doing this right?"
Yeah,
then that's technically not a narcissist. There's
right.
The link for you, Joe.
All right, I
Just
can't access it here, and that
youtube.com/WIZNU.
shit'll be gone. Maybe I'll take a picture of it or something, but that shit'll be gone. I can't access it right
hey,
here.
Joe,
Yeah,
I put it in the private
There's
chat
right there.
yeah.
as well.
I got an iPhone. If I click on that, it will make me choose. It will take me away from here in order to do it, and I think I'll lose
feel
you.
No rush, no worries.
Yeah, I want to.
low
Him, I want to
priority.
see Snafu Channel. I keep saying that, and I never go watch him. I got to do better.
And
Yeah, I
Jack,
have
you were talking
several
about
YouTube channels, but
go ahead.
I have several YouTube channels, and one was taken down, but such as
Jack,
it is.
can you text me that link? Jack, can you text it to me? Can you do that? Where?
Yes.
Now, I think the topic of narcissism is quite important, and that I have a particular take on the concept of ego, which y'all may disagree with, but from my perspective, a strong, healthy ego is important.
We agree with that. I think I agree.
Me,
I can speak for everybody.
For me, the issue of the ego is the fine line between stepping on anyone and allowing oneself to be stepped on. So,
thank you, Jack.
That's just my
take.
No.
Say that again, man.
So
break it down.
Folks, what I'm saying is that folks often say, "Oh, they're so egoic. Oh, the problem is their ego." And I'm like,
right.
Well, hang on a second. You need an ego, don't you, to function?
Agreed. It's a tool that you need sometimes. Yeah,
it's demonized too much, the ego. You should have confidence. You should be able to be proud of yourself. You should be able to stand tall. Those are good characteristics. But as soon as you start using that to attack others, to demean others, it's not the ego that's doing that. That's shitty behavior. That's being an asshole. That's being other things and they use ego as the cover for that.
Exactly. And then we would need to, if we really want to be thorough, look at intention and the source of the personality challenge, shall we say. So we can have compassion for someone who is acting out of bounds, but you don't need to have them around.
Hey, how can I interrupt you? That's their issue with me. Because I have too much compassion for the guy that they don't like. I think that's really it. They're just mad and yelling because I have compassion for someone they're mad at or don't like. I think that's what it boiled down to.
Well, Jesse, you're muted, brother.
I think there's a lot of jealousy that goes into it. Maybe afraid that Jack's going to start because of the content, because of how things are going. It's not the same as yelling and bitching and, just talking about other people, using other people as content. When you have actual real conversations, they're jealous of that, right? So they have to try to demean it in every way possible. Tell people you're a traitor for going over there. Oh, you should be over with us. How much satisfaction did you get from your conversation yesterday compared to the conversations that we have been having discussing? Is there even any comparison to it?
Be clear. I enjoyed that shit so much. I am still on a high for it. I thought it was the funnest shit ever. I crave intellectual shit, and some of that shit was bright. I don't know. I would put it on par with what I get over here. The only thing I don't like, if they're talking shit up, the only thing I didn't like was evil. Call him evil. I will even argue with you whether he's narcissist. I love doing the minutia. I love it. But saying that we're really the same, I'll argue that back and forth. But to say that this cat is evil, and that's scary territory. That's when you can do harm to niggas.
Hey,
You
Joe,
can't. Yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
this is exactly what I've been dealing with. The names that I've been called. Yep. Demonic, that I've been called
Yes, that's
rapist,
scary.
called a
Yeah.
rapist,
That's
called all sorts of
see, that's not fun.
nonsense,
That
crazy
shit
stuff.
is
Right.
not cool.
Joe, it's not funny, but this is
Yeah.
the life God has given me.
Okay.
And so, brothers and sisters, this is a spiritual game, spiritual
Yeah.
test.
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
What we're seeing, and Paul describes this stuff very well, talking about the Tao and how the consciousness is fractals. We're all reflections of
I
the
wouldn't
one.
believe that. Yeah.
Well, in this world, we get to project what we're doing, what's inside of us, or we can honestly reflect. Now, Paul went through his big false narratives, and he is an excellent manipulator. His language skills are top notch, and his ability to manipulate the information is among the best. And this is an amazing blessing. He's here in the back. And before I bring Paul on, I'll finish this observation about what has been happening is an echo chamber for his ego. His ego has taken what the ego does. And Michael, I understand your word about that word has been really generalized. And when I use it, I know it's an instrument or a tool. We can be an instrument to share the love, the blessings of life with another, or we can be a tool for selfish and unhealthy purposes. So this is a blessing. I'm going to welcome two more guests, and the timing is divine, perhaps, but I know peace can be shared. Welcome,
Sure
Paul.
it can.
Welcome, Flo.
Good night,
How you
Mike.
doing today, Paul?
Oh, I'm blessed every day, Jack. You know that.
Well, I'm curious.
I was going to ask you something.
Please.
You were just going to go right over the whole narrative of Jesse Howe completely lying and changing history because we all witnessed it.
You're gonna present that conclusion.
Yeah, I just read out his messages to me and how he approached me, and he pretended like he was doing me a favor because no one was watching me. I had an infinitely larger platform when he contacted me, and I was bringing energy and content to his platform. He remixed it completely.
Well,
that's
Jack,
what you say about my platform.
Still nobody knows who Jesse Howe is, and he's pretending like he was bringing me energy and attention.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do this. Don't let your Moses feed. That's first of all, great fucking point, right? Because I was totally planning on trolling Paul with that shit, and if dude.
Joe, cool. You're completely full of shit. We've already established that last night. You're
on.
fence-riding bullshitter. You called Talcott a narcissist for 2 hours, and you're over here bullshitting, sucking his balls again. So,
hey, Paul.
Okay.
Your patterns of aggression are not going to be tolerated.
It's not aggression. I'm holding him accountable. He's a coward.
You're over-speaking. Ensuring your narrative only is the one that's heard, and I will not be putting up with that.
Okay.
Then I'm sure I'm gonna forget what the fuck.
Well, Paul was just
because you're an incompetent coward as well.
If he said, and I can please give me if he's talking to me, I'd love to address that shit. If he said he is the one that got Paul started, he certainly had me thinking Paul had 8 subs before he met him. If he was Not.
Oh.
That's what he presented. That's the way
Yeah,
I
it was
take it.
20,000.
Not 8 subscribers. There was 8 people that were watching. This
viewers
is the message
tuned
that I
in.
sent him.
Yes,
This is
that's
where
what it
he's
said.
lied
8
to
people
people that I
watching. You
begged him
disagree,
to come
Paul?
on to my show.
Would you like to
This
go
is
over
what it says.
studio
Hi, Paul. Would
statistics
you
and
like to be
find a point when
interviewed
I
on the
ever had
Missing
8
Link
people
podcast?
watching?
I was told you
My
have
first
good
broadcast
information
was
for
80 to
us.
150 average. What are you
We're
talking about?
his
I was told you,
stream.
see, all you do is talk over people because you
Right.
don't want the facts to be corrected. You actually lied and said I begged you to come on my show. This is what the message says. Hi, Paul. Would you like to be interviewed on the Missing Link podcast? I was told you have good information for us. Sure thing. Text me. I sent you a friend request. Do you do video interviews? Didn't even know you. What kind of information do you
Wait,
share?
so you
Yes,
don't
check
know
out-
me, but you're
I'm not
asking
finished,
me
and
for
this
good
is how you
information to
interrupt.
do an
You
interview.
talk about other people interrupting you. You talk over people. You don't let people finish.
The
and then
point is
whine
you
like
knew-
a little baby that people talk over you.
I'm interested, Jesse. Go ahead.
I said I sent you a friend request. Do you do video?
his
That's internet fault.
signal lost.
The point is I've never had 8 viewers. He's pathologically lying. He wasn't bringing me energy and attention or viewers. Nothing changed on my walk from.
Are you crying again, Paul? Are you crying like little baby, Paul?
Hey, Snafu, don't bring
No, I'd like
that.
to say
We got a bunch of legends in their own mind. That's just the bottom line.
Well, this is, yeah, I somehow crossed my reality into yours, and what the energies of that is your reality, man. That's what you thrive on, not me. I offered you conversations, opportunities to dialogue, to co-create, maybe even to have a friendship. But your disrespect and your arrogance, your lack of regard for what is true, I can't have someone like you in my life.
So we're not going to address how. There he goes. He's reaching for the mouse.
Yep, my patience is very.
I'll see you later, Jack.
What are you offering?
I'm offering the truth. You're offering a bunch of deceptions and appeals to emotion.
Okay, so you cannot accept what I said.
What a joke.
Right.
You
The guy just said I had 8 live viewers. Are you going to address the lie or not?
Really?
Okay,
I can show you a
you can't
screenshot.
move
In the
on.
last
Or
28
not.
days, I
Paul,
reached
you can't move on.
912,000 people on Facebook. An interview I did 2 weeks ago just on one platform, Rumble, I had 50,000 views. How many views do you get, Paul? How many views? And you say nobody knows
He's
me?
now
Again?
comparing viewers. The man
muted you both.
The man of love and light
I
cares
muted
about
you both.
viewers.
for
How
a
about 10?
reason.
How about 10?
Paul? Michael, please.
Boy, I was so looking forward to giving Paul a compliment today. I can't even get a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
Would you like to
It's
try?
been an interesting journey of getting to know Paul and Jack and getting to know Jesse better. And Jesse, given how busy you are and prolific you are, I salute you for contributing to Jack's webcast.
Thank you too. I
as
had
often
that
as you
thought.
do.
I had that thought. I didn't say it. Thank you too, Jesse.
You know, I started the Mankinder mission in as a follow-up to, well, as what I knew I needed to do to help individuals, leaders, and associations to unite to protect mankind against the onslaught against, frankly, all carbon-based life in this realm.
No.
That
My ass,
became
my
evident
ass,
to me.
my ass. What is that? French? What does that mean? I
I'm
teach
sorry, pardon me?
mankind. Is that French? I teach mankind to battle carbon-based. Can you be more specific in what you do? Because you couldn't be more intentionally convoluted. What does that mean? Are we battling aliens? What are you saying?
Of course, Joe. Sure, I can answer any question you wish.
Give me a better. Give me a. What is? Yeah, you know.
Sure.
The mankind. What did you call it?
in,
First
in,
of all, mankind. I started the mankind something. You said. What did you say?
Certainly. Currently, the website URL is glitching, but it's mankinder.net. So it's the Mankinder Network.
That's what you said.
Or,
okay.
As it is a 508c1a church ministry, it's the Mankinder Ministry, technically.
I'm interested, Joe. I feel like you gave me a foggy definition, and then you tell me it's a church. My interest is piqued, bro. Tell me about. Are you saying you founded a church, or you just? I don't know how that works. I don't go to church. But continue.
What's your kickback percentage on donations? It's a joke.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, tell me more about the church.
Joe. Yeah. Joe, you live in.
Oh, you're breaking
Michael,
up
you're breaking
this
off.
Is just got interested in
well, here, Joe, it's actually not that big of a leap, as I understood, and really, I'm going to take his words, but for myself, and I'm not saying this is what he meant, but to help humanity evolve beyond the carbon-based life forms. Well, that's
very good. That's what he was saying. Thank you.
I believe that's what he was saying.
All right.
I know his goal is.
It makes logical. Now it makes a lot of logical sense suddenly. Yeah. I thought. Yeah.
So that's transhumanism, right?
Well,
is that what transhumanism is?
I don't believe so.
I've heard the word. I don't even know what that is.
I see. This is the thing I don't like about all these labels. They help.
Yes,
they do help.
Yes, but they combine as well. Yeah.
Yes. I see what he's offering is a kinder world through the conversations he and I have had, and I think that's where I met Nicole too. The idea is bring these these loving energies forth, and we will. When humanity recognizes we're spiritual beings who are one, united together. Welcome back, Michael.
Did you hear Jack? Did he get you right, Michael? Did you hear Jack? Did you hear Jack? And did he get you right?
Just the tail end of it. I think Jack knows where I'm coming from. We've communicated enough.
He was saying,
so, Joe, I was starting.
Go. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was starting to ask what area of the world you live in.
Chicago. I'm right now in Colorado, but I live in Chicago.
Awesome. I grew up in Jefferson Park, high school in Wilmette, college in Evanston. So I know Chicago pretty well. So I left Chicago.
Okay, all right.
So I left Chicago in 1998. Came out to Hollywood, very naive, and then moved out to what's called the San Fernando Valley area of Los Angeles, northwest Los Angeles. After moving, I moved my parents out from Chicago in 2003 after 5 years in Hollywood. So it was really 2017, Joe, that when the California fires hit Northern California in October and Southern California in December, that
had so
caused
many.
me
I don't know which ones, but there were
3 months.
Many.
Yeah. So I was doing just solid research for 3 months, end of 2017, and realized the world that I thought we lived in was kind of over. So I started to reconfigure and figure out, well, what's missing? And most of what I feel is missing is collaboration on the part of mankind. Now, when I broaden it, and it may sound a little peculiar to you, when I say carbon-based life, you're familiar with what's being referred to as climate change and
what change?
And those issues.
You glitch.
Climate change.
Climate change. Yes.
Climate change. So you've heard about climate change.
Yes.
Everybody
What's
has.
your take on that, brother?
I have no idea.
What's your take
My
on
assumption is that it's being politicized and used in all of those things. I do believe we alter it, and then they lie and say we're going to kill everybody and we got to pay money because we alter it so much.
1926 was the first weather modification patent. In the 70s, the U.S. military said that they created weather system storms in Vietnam in order to wash out the bridges, so that way they had an advantage over the Vietnamese. They say he who controls the weather controls the world. So if they had since 1926, 100 years of weather modification, climate change is weather modification, it's geoengineering, and then they're blaming the people on carbon, on cow farts, on all this kind of stuff in order to tax them, squeeze them, and essentially eliminate them.
I agree. I had told my woman damn near that same thing verbatim. We are 100% in agreement.
Hey, I actually, our climate is changing. The weather patterns are changing in many, many parts of the world. And many of the geologists and
It's the biggest fucking scam on earth. It's unbelievably obvious. It's such a huge fucking scam. I want to hear the rest of what he has to say, though, Jack, before you start.
Oh, yeah. We don't want to divert. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right, Jack. I interrupted
So
him
you have a
badly.
church. Where'd he go?
He probably getting his shit. That's your opening, Jack. His internet keeps dropping. It's worse than mine. So
it sounds like he has a church that accepts that he uses to preach climate change, which is
so far we only got the beginning. So far.
What, Jack?
Wait,
Jack. This is a scam.
Hold on.
Got 1 second of it.
That's all I need.
Introduction.
This is the problem of our society. Everyone's
okay, fine. You're right. I'm jumping to conclusions.
You might be jumping to a conclusion, right? He might have just been opening their climate change and ended with God is the greatest. Let him get it out.
You're right. Please. You're right. I apologize, Jack.
Before we continue this, I would like to offer an observation from my personal experience. People tend to, many times when it's a topic that's disagreeable, they completely ignore the explanations, don't even consider what is said. Michael already said, looking for more collaboration for people to come together.
Yeah.
So let's not get distracted on an opinion of climate. I mean,
my ass, I like where Flo is going. I'm going to go the same way. I just think he might have jumped the gun a little bit.
Joe, I jumped the gun.
Yes.
He's right. So I apologize.
But trust me, I'm in the same mode.
I doubt that I'll change my mind, but I'm open to hearing.
Yeah, I don't think Flo is doing nothing sinful over there. You supposed big claims need to be questioned. Please, Michael, please continue, and you're muted.
So we are considered carbon-based life. People, plants, animals, trees, it's all carbon-based life.
Right.
Now, what we've been seeing promoted is a lot of talk about artificial intelligence, right?
Yes.
A lot of talk about AI.
I thought that's where you
a lot of money's gone into AI, right? So AI is silicon-based. Now, if anybody remembers a Star Trek episode with the...
But that's not actually true. It's actually organic-based now. AI nanotechnology is organic-based.
Can we let him do
whatever?
Could be. I would like to learn about that, Paul. If you can
whatever
send me
Star
links,
Trek.
thank you.
Whatever. Star
I'm Me Too victim, Paul. I'm not Paul. I'm Me Too victim, Paul. That's my name.
Yeah, that's snafu. But yes, whatever Star Trek you're about to name, yes, I know the episode. Which episode are you referring to?
Yeah, remember the pizza monster? It looked like a giant pizza crawling across the floor, and they were, because if you understand a little bit about predictive programming, we get a lot of information in science fiction that eventually you figure out, that's what that was about.
Especially
like Chris Lang's
Star
film
Trek.
Metropolis, making robots sexy. But anyway, so the Horta, I always remember that the Horta was a silicon-based life form.
I think I remember
that was a very strange concept at the time, right?
Yes.
So what was that about? Anyway, I said to one of my associates early on that I think we're kind of in a war between silicon-based artificial intelligence and carbon-based organic life. But Nazi Me Too victim Pogo Polly is informing me that AI is now organically based.
Integrated.
So I would be interested to learn about that.
It's absolutely integrated now to organics with the nanotechnologies and things to that nature, the particle dust and things like that. So they've integrated the AI from exactly what you were talking about, but now to organics. It's very interesting if you go look into it.
Are you, Snafu, telling me that they can pull off AI without silicon-based shit? Don't the nano technology have to be silicon-based?
Yeah, I am saying that. Just like it's kind of like the okay, so the graphene oxide things, so to speak, that you've been hearing about. It's kind of like that video I played on Kim's the other day with the Philadelphia project from the late 80s, early 90s. They've been trying to do this for a long time, and they've accomplished it now, Joe.
I'm
so
interested,
yeah,
but,
I am saying. Yeah, I am
but
saying that.
Mike, are you frozen yet, or do we still have you? Look like you're frozen. Yeah, he was frozen. Hey, did you jump the gun?
By the time that Jack shuts down, we won't know what the fuck his thing does, but we'll know all about what Snafu and Joe think about it.
Yes. Did
let me
jump the gun a little bit, Flo? Because I think he has I think he's got some solid footing there. You think you jumped the gun a bit?
Who, me?
Yeah, with Michael and his silicon versus organics.
I think that he's walking us in the shallow end, the real shallow end, and
the rest will come.
Yeah, and you're helping.
All right, Michael, we're gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna mute Snap you if you could please give Mike the floor.
So that's my initial endeavors were addressing the California fires, because the California fires were as
when he comes back, tell him to turn off his camera so it doesn't drag out all the bandwidth. Yeah, and he's got the blur background on too. That's going to make it worse.
Yeah, in fact, yeah. Kill your camera. Yeah, Mike, if you can hear us and blah, blah, blah.
And Michael, it's nice to meet you finally. You were added to that group, I believe, by Joe. You've been in my Lights of the Round Table messenger group, and now I actually get to meet you. I didn't really know you before.
You may not.
Lights of the Round Table. Are those the ones that melt the glow sticks and are covered in glowing?
I just see Flo sitting at the table with his pinwheel spinning.
Well, I wanted to jump in on that, not to distract from the topic, but the climate debate.
Yeah,
this is totally going to distract when he gets back in.
Well, it was already brought up, the carbon dioxide argument.
Yeah.
That's seriously a complete distraction from all the pollutants and true environmental damages that are being created.
Good point. And again, we don't know how much they are creating all of this shit with their weather modifications. I assume the reason the Colorado rapids and all of that shit, everything is drying up, is because they are fucking it up intentionally. That would be my assumption.
Joe, but the beta tests are there with HAARP and things like that. They are there. Like
I was saying, I've been said I've checked that, and I was with whoever talked about it. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, there's basically no natural weather in our world anymore. It's all bought and paid for. Doppler radar steers the storms. That was one of my original team members, Raphael O'Neill, discerned that. And my friend Renette Senham is running the lawsuit and movement against geoengineering nationwide.
Is that what the church does? You guys battle climate people?
Well, Mankinder
Michael.
is...
Hey!
Yes,
I'm curious what you thoughts on the, since you're talking about that lawsuit, I've read about that. I've read about the lawsuit you're talking about. What is your thoughts on the Chinese sun simulators and the things that they've been pushing on that? What is your thoughts on that?
I've heard about it. I certainly don't have enough information to consider myself expert at it. I mean, on one level, it sounds kind of crazy, right? But could be.
He might have dropped that fast.
Well,
geoengineering.
Michael, you're breaking up again.
Yeah, I'll kill my cam. Maybe that'll help.
I don't know how that helps a different connection, but all right.
I was waiting for someone to say it, Jack.
Wait. I've been hearing that since I come to YouTube. When someone hops up with a weak signal, kill your shit.
I think it does because there's fewer. It's more static, right? You don't have all the incoming variation. I don't fucking know.
But if it was wrong, I would
look. It makes sense.
I thought it was logical, but I don't know nothing about bandwidth and how it works. All that bullshit.
Isn't it climate change that's causing that problem?
Of course it is. Oh fuck! This is funny. We're never gonna hear about the religion because even if we don't interrupt him, he is gonna tell us about the background of it and drop another 6 times.
Yeah. By the way, thumbs up, Mr. Talcott stream. Help hit the Augies back.
And yes, what about this is evil? You know, that was the theme yesterday. How much of us learning about climate change has been evil? Oh, the conversation is always about God. How is that evil?
Well, hey Joe, just so you know, it's here in the chat. You know, I should be grilling and interrogating you because of the things you said yesterday. Apparently, Joe is on Paul's podcast stating many things that are wrong with you and the truth.
Yeah,
you willingly agree to let Joe being here when Joe is a coward.
I actually listened to that earlier today at work, and that is a misrepresentation of what Joe said.
Yes, I still stand on everything I said, bro.
He got grilled.
Joe, you kind of were fucking not defending Jack at all. You are agreeing with Paul. On his point.
He was being neutral, to be fair. He was being honorable. From my perspective.
Mine too.
You know what?
How can it be honorable fucking talk to a fucktard like that?
You don't pick sides. Please. That's what they want me to do. You don't pick sides. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I recognize that there was a fine line. I recognize that there is a line in the sand. And I don't expect anyone to fight my battles for me. But for the love of God, I have more respect for people who stand up for what is true than I do those who just allow the bullshit to go unchecked.
That was my attempt to say what I saw as true, not to defend Jack.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know.
And there really isn't a lot of truth when we are talking about people's opinions of people's opinions.
Right.
Agreed.
Right. This is the thing.
It's hate.
That's why I have to keep going down to the basics. Jack is like the rest of us. Your side is like their side. That after we give all our opinions, that shit still is going to remain. We are all the fucking same. Jack is less like you.
Joe, Paul was basically telling you he's better than Jack, and Jack's a piece of shit. Flo's wrong about the mistake. I heard the whole thing too. You didn't fucking stand up against anything. Really,
you're the one who chases women around saying that they deny Jesus and they got abortions. You are not anybody.
Well, fucking if they deny Jesus, they get abortions. They're fucking scum, in my opinion. But I'm talking about Joe Cool talking to Paul, and Paul telling Joe how he's so better than Jack, and Jack's this piece of shit. And I didn't hear Joe Cool once actually stand up really for Jack.
Wait. Did you hear me say that I agree Paul is better than Jack and Jack's a piece of shit? Did I agree with that?
The way you worded it,
so your problem is I didn't defend Jack.
You were a yes man during the whole conversation.
Yeah, I get that, but let's talk about the statement you just
Maybe Jack
made.
should play it
Don't
and we all
shift.
watch
Don't
it
shift.
together.
Don't shift,
Here.
because I'm not interested in that
Let's
shit.
not argue. Let's not argue, but please.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Jim.
If you want to, yes. With the statement that you made, Paul made something, and because I didn't dispute it, I am wrong. I somehow should have stood up
Pretty
for
much.
Jack.
You were a yes
Yes.
man to his statement and saying Jack's a piece of shit.
You're the
Well, I
most
just
wrong
asked
yes
you
man
that.
here.
I just asked you that. Did
Yeah.
I say, did I agree that Paul is better than Jack and Jack is a piece of shit? I agreed to that.
You were nodding your head. You were still in
You're
fluent
goddamn
conversation with
lie.
him. You
Excuse
weren't
me,
fucking
Lord.
going
Yes,
against the
I'm
grain of
having
what
a
he was
conversation
saying.
with him. So
Hey,
the
can
answer
I
is
say
no.
something, Joe?
The answer
You
is
gonna let me
no.
talk for a minute,
You gotta
Joe?
say no. I'm not
You
gonna
gonna
let
let
you
me
talk.
talk?
No,
We all
you just
saw
want to
it, Joe.
deflect.
We
Did
all
I
saw
say
it.
yes?
Flo was wrong. You were
Did
definitely
I say
cupcaking
yes?
it with Paul.
Both of you, please
So
disengage.
yeah, so
Okay.
from what I saw, Joe was there on a neutral territory. He was, what they were saying, really, that's what you see. Tell me what. He was trying to be as neutral as possible without taking your side, without taking
Well,
their side. That's what I saw, and that to me is honorable.
Okay. Yes. However, there is a time when we accept what is true and when we don't accept. See, Joe, I didn't really pay a lot of close attention to yesterday, and I saw you standing up questioning some of their conclusions, and I also saw some things I'm like, well, he's just making peace to get along.
No. I'm not able to tell you any narcissistic qualities and flaws over here. I will get kicked. I was over there to say that. I wouldn't have said anything I didn't believe over there.
Hey, Joe, is that accurate?
Yes, the grand so and so. Yes, when I come into this room, when I first met you, you asked me a question. When I
Can we
first
do
met
one thing
you,
at a time?
all right. When I first, go ahead, Flo. No.
I was just gonna. Do we want to do this now?
Michael is back. Michael is back.
Is he? Oh, I didn't even see him. All right.
Michael, please.
Goodness gracious. I'm perplexed by the devolution of conversational politeness. So, as
I'd like to say one thing, and then I'll shut up about it. It's not honorable, Aaron.
Oh, darn.
Please forgive the interruption.
No, I wanted to
Snafu,
give
you're
him a
done
compliment.
today.
Well, since he appeared, I wanted to give him a compliment.
You wouldn't have been able to say nothing.
You think he might be listening from somewhere?
Yes.
Good. So I came on today because Nicole was on, and Nicole was on my morning call. I've resumed doing online video calls myself. They are primarily private. Today's was public. And Nicole has become a treasured collaborator thanks to my discovering her in Jesse's Facebook chat group, which I believe I was introduced to by Joe Charter, to whom I was introduced by Sheena Alexandra, who was one of my original Mankinder board members when she was still in Australia. Now she's in the UK. And she came through San Diego, and we met here in person, and we've collaborated on a few things. So it's been interesting how the introductions have led one to the next, and I appreciate each very much. So also, I happened to notice a post on Facebook, and I don't know if it was Paul's or it was David James Rodriguez's, but there was a comment from Paul on one of David James Rodriguez's posts. And David is a well-regarded expert in the field of alternative law, shall we say, or true law, I like to say. And topics of unschooling, homeschooling, transcending government restrictions of various sorts. And so I was intrigued to see a post, a comment by Paul, and I started to look at his individual content, and I discovered he's actually a very sharp, well-informed guy with a lot of wisdom on those topics.
Yeah.
And I was kind of, to some extent, shocked. Because I've only been perceiving him as an antagonist of Jack Talcott. And I've been trying to figure out, what's the mission? What are we achieving? What are we doing? What are we here for? And when I've heard Jack say, we're all here to XYZ, I've kind of wondered, well, did everybody really sign off on that, Jack? Jack obviously has noble intentions. He states them quite often. We all fall short. We all get sidetracked. That's cool. You get back up, dust yourself off. Ideally, apologize, make corrections, and move forward. But Jack clearly, to me, from my perspective, has really noble intentions. And I wonder what Paul's intentions are, what his mission statement, vision statement, business plan is.
Whatever
Because he
it was,
obviously has a
Michael.
lot of wisdom.
Whatever it was, Michael, in them days when he showed that wisdom, that's my complaint against Paul, is that now it's the go in and talk about someone show. I don't get that wisdom because he's busy, mostly trampling on Jack. That's my complaint over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's such a distraction that becomes really deleterious.
Makes you wonder which side he's working for. When
Absolutely.
you're causing distraction, when you're causing division, when you're promoting hate against others, that is not Christed energy. And I've never seen anyone suck their own D more than I've ever seen somebody than him. And then he's trying to tell people that he's the Christed one or he walks with the Christ, when all it is satanic energy that comes from him when he's targeting other people. He's got great content that sucks people in, very intelligent. He gives people advice, but the advice he's been giving is now getting the people arrested around him. So, makes you wonder, what side is he on?
Interesting.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
let's not
go for it, Jack.
say people have been arrested for what he said. Let's not go to that.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I couldn't contribute to that.
Didn't
Please.
Victor get arrested?
Who?
Did Victor get arrested? That kid that was.
I don't think I know him.
I don't believe so. I don't know. No, I don't believe so. He just eventually identified himself, and I don't know.
And didn't O'Shea's got warrants, right?
Yeah, did you hear the advice he gave O'Shea after you left, Joe?
No, I don't know. What did O'Shea need?
So O'Shea poured his heart, told the story, and apparently what he did was he lied a bunch of people, and they all got arrested for murder, and he lied about it, and then he was coming clean. He wants to be honest, and the people are cashing in, like whoever he lied about, 25 million, 2 million, all this. Paul gives him the advice that, maybe my memory's not so good unless you're going to give me a cut of that when he's just trying to come correct.
Yes.
That was filthy. That was wrong. And I couldn't believe after Brian was pouring his heart that he took it to money.
Any chance that he cracked a joke? Any chance it was a joke?
Hold on. Right. We got to back up what Brian gave false snitches on people for murder.
Pardon?
What did O'Shea snitched on people for murder?
Yeah, so apparently a bunch of guys murdered murdered somebody, and then 8 months later, they said one guy didn't want the death penalty, so they said, O'Shea was the ringleader. So O'Shea gets arrested, and under his advice by the lawyer, he said turn on all these other people. So he lied to a bunch of other people. A bunch of people got arrested, and from his lie, And now he's come correct when everybody told him not to come correct. He's coming correct. And Paul's great honorable advice to him is to say, hey, let's get a cut out of that. Maybe my memory's not so good, was his exact words after he's poured his heart onto the internet of this stuff. Like it was wow. That moment was so wow.
No,
but
Terrence,
that was
he was
the
just
man
joking.
of honor is telling him that he should go get a cut. Otherwise, maybe his memory wasn't so good if he doesn't get that cut. That is slimy. That is not honorable. That is not Christed. That is the exact opposite of what
Jesse, please. You're right. We don't need to go on with long descriptions of what is. It reveals who he is.
I mean, I can tell who he is, but he needs to hang out with better people than this.
Well, this is literally what I've been saying. Okay. We are living at a time of the divide. Now, when you break it down, Paul and I are actually when it comes to the core values of freedom, individuality, being righteous, we are both saying the same things. However, we're saying
if I shake my head any harder, my neck's going to snap.
I know. I don't understand that. We're saying the same things in different ways, but what's different is the intention and the energies we're offering it. I'm offering great news, encouragement, inspiration. Let's talk about God. Paul, let's talk about me and what I don't like and what I think. And
so those aren't the same thing at all, though. Like, not even close.
You're right, Flo. Now I see your disagreement. Now
I know that he thinks that God and him are the same thing, but they're really not. So,
yeah, that would seem to be an incompatible intention, Jack. And if you've got people of incompatible intention.
Oh, you went out again, Michael. I'm not. I would leave the jury out on Paul. I think Paul is able to be full trick and fallible just like the rest of us. I think he started out doing what he wanted to do, which was enlighten people and all of that, and he fell victim to what everyone else does. Drama,
his ego,
that too, but drama brings a better crowd.
Well,
I think
hey Joe, that is a BS excuse.
Agreed. I'm not saying it's right. I think that's what he did.
But that's what you're right. That is what he's doing. And here's what I know for a fact too. We're on these paths and we'll be inspired with a goal, with a future. We'll find a plan. And then all of a sudden we're committed to this plan without allowing it to change, without allowing the destination to grow and evolve.
Okay.
Paul, dude, he's treading water. He's not fucking succeeding.
He's not treading water either.
Well, and in this world today,
leak in the ship.
In this world today, guys, there's so much to be done. And when we come together, when people come together, united with a combined intention and purpose, man, we can move mountains. and it starts back to the topic, gratitude and praise. If we can find gratitude for today, just the mere fact of being, then we can find a way to have praise for what's in our being. And you guys are a pain in my ass sometimes, but I sure do. Like brothers, like you're a brotherly pain in my ass that I respect and appreciate.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. It goes both ways, by the way.
I would beat up all of you.
Right.
I'm grateful that we're all here together. Records are being corrected.
Yes.
Those are things I'm grateful
being
for.
Corrected right now because all that Jack is evil bullshit. Apparently, I'm going to keep going back to this shit because this is what they try to convince me of. So I said I'm going to keep an open eye, and I'm saying this out loud because I want you to know, Paul, I don't see it. Here is the record. I don't see this as evil. I don't see these people as evil and all of these things.
Hate begets hate. Love begets love. What vibration are you in?
Can't kill hate with hate.
Man. And hey, the absence of gratitude is the absence of love. And when we're not grateful, it's real easy to find reasons to hate, especially if we find reasons to be afraid.
I was just about to ask you if the two are compatible, hate and gratitude.
I don't think they are. Although, you know what? Well, yeah, no. And we don't have to love everything that comes into our lives, but we can find ways to be grateful. We can find ways to what I know, guys, is seriously in one day with the right idea, someone's life can change.
Well, Jack, someone
can. All of us.
Jack, someone can, but not everyone can.
That was dope. That was dope.
I'd like to look at this, if I may, while I'm connected. Look at this from 2 points of view. One is true intention. Yes. What's the intention of the person coming on your webcast, Jack? Is their intention congruent?
Okay.
And if it's not, and if they haven't signed off on it, and the
no, he was okay. Go ahead. You break it up.
It's in the fridge.
Oh, he was killing. He was killing. You broke up, Mike. If you can hear us. That was dope, though.
The transhumanist with city internet is growing on me.
Yes, that's what.
Oh my God, so annoying.
You're back. You're
okay,
back.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
Part B is okay, guys. Now here's where it gets a little bit deeper, but I think you guys are already on this page. We are in a spiritual war, right? Does anybody want to disagree that our world is under a spiritual war?
No, I don't disagree.
We all agree. Okay.
Yeah.
So then what form is that going to take on?
Right.
So if we're encountering someone, let's use a metaphor. If our society is having problems with alcoholism quite broadly, and you happen to notice that certain people seem okay when they show up, and then within an hour or two, they're not so okay anymore. You start to wonder, I wonder if they're drinking heavily.
Okay.
Right? So if we're in conversations like this and somebody presents a nice face initially and then starts to act a little strangely, well, if we're in a spiritual war, then what do you think the influence upon them might be?
I would have assumed. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm not going to hate on someone or blame them or get into an argument. I'm just going to say, you know what? People who are under the influence of negative energy, I'll just be real vague and call it negative energy.
No, you're exactly speaking my language. Go ahead.
Okay. Need not apply. They're
I
not
love
welcome in the conversation because
I love it.
They're frequently engaging in
let
what
me
appears to be influence of negative energy.
Let me reach out and recap that. We battle against our battle is not against man. We battle huge numbers of evil spirits in the unseen world. How does their influence present? Through other people. They have to take control of person. When that person come in, if he's under the influence, as my man says, of that spirit, perhaps you might want to show him the door. I like it.
Exactly. Now, I'm fortunate to have people on my team who all I have to do is give them a name and they will tell me exactly what's going on with that person. So it's very easy for me to screen people from
You should run my name, Drew.
Well,
you would get Satan himself. Yeah. Don't do it. The computer's gonna blow up. Don't do it.
It's possible to help some individuals like that, but it helps if they want to.
I like it. And here's why I like it more, Michael. Yesterday, the whole thing was, I'm that guy who doesn't give up on people. I'm famous for it. But the message yesterday was, my man is beyond help. What I like is that you're getting your message very clear, but you're making sure that you're not saying someone's beyond help. I dig that.
Well, that is essential to a mankinder perspective and approach. I have to be a kinder than average man. I built the brand. I have to live up to it.
Mankinder. I'm so slow. I am so fucking slow.
Oh my God, Joe. Your battle is against getting things.
Hey,
I know, right? The obvious. Against getting the obvious.
Hey guys, and I think it was Michael that brought up intentions, the intentions of people. So Joe, yesterday there was several hours on a different platform spent discussing me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty confident the intentions were not to help me grow, help me succeed.
Very good. But here's what they would say, Jack. Their intentions was to slay the dragon. You are so deadly and dangerous. You must be killed, wounded. Do not feed him. That was their message, yo.
Right. Wouldn't and let's remember, let's keep bringing into context as well. I talk about God, I talk about encouragement. My goal is very clear. I believe peace on earth may be achieved and experienced. And so why would people of today want to spend hours trying to battle a man like me, or to defeat a man like me? I don't understand the foolishness of humanity. And
Jack,
this is my life.
Didn't we just present it to you, brother? Or do you disagree?
They're under the influence is what he's saying. They're under the
Right.
If you're looking at things from a logic-based, physical perspective, as though everybody wants the same thing, and everyone has the same tools, and everyone has the same background, and everyone has the same goals,
cat, yo.
You will be disappointed, brother. We are not all the same. And that is the beauty of life, is the variety. Variety is essential to creativity, to innovation, to the beauty of this world. But what does the dark side want? The dark side wants us to become the Borg, become indistinguishable robots.
I'm not sure how that relates.
Well, when we're too busy fighting each other, we're not focused on what's happening out there. That's the Borg stuff, the transhuman stuff, the injection stuff. When we're too busy focused on each other's flaws or goodnesses, raising each other up, bringing each other down, we're focused on that. We're not focused on the true enemy and what their plan is and what they're actively doing to us.
And that was the Borg reference. That's the way the Borg does. They take over societies. They infest them like a virus. An evil infects you like a virus. That's where he went with the Star Trek reference.
Well, here's the thing. Not to bring it back to me, but to bring it back to me. I'm offering the suggestion that we can unite, that we don't have to allow these disagreements to consume us, that there is better use of our time. And I understand. Michael, if I understood what you were offering me right with didn't you hear what I said? Yeah, there's a lot of spirits in darkness, but I'm not complaining, but I am still, my days besides this are absent human reaction for the most part, interaction, I should say. Although I have faith things are changing. But here, the thing is, guys, whether anyone works with me or learns with me, all I'm saying is that peace is available now. The path is through honesty and gratitude that you do get to be honest today.
Compassion is really important, to have compassion for others, because not everyone is at the same place. And if you expect them to be at your level and give them shit because they're not, you're not compassionate, you're not honorable.
Can
Well, we can have compassion for them, but they don't need to be in the inner circle and muddy up the water. If
We
we're trying
call
to have
that.
clean water.
Wait. When you have no inner circle, you allow the universe to bring what is available. And that's the way I've been living. I don't have the luxury. I don't feel my life based on the facts I can observe. I don't really have the luxury of pushing a lot of people away. And I, like many, saw a lot of potential in that young man, Paul. I believe that with reason and care, he could be reasoned with.
That's interesting.
And I believe
you say I saw a lot of potential.
He pushes away way more people for you than he brings.
Yep, he's got a lot of damage to repair. When he becomes honest,
no, he doesn't. He's not going to. It's not
when
his
he
to repair. You
becomes
don't need to hold your breath
honest.
for that.
So, Jack, I'm stupid. You must be evil. Those things must have been presented over there because you. That's the only way it could justify all the bad things they've done. You must be really evil. So they must have presented you very evil in that space yesterday. So that is very logical to me. If they've been bad kids, and to justify that, it's always but he deserved it. You didn't see what he did, shit that kids do. And that's what I was part of.
Children, it's children, childish behavior. And look at Jack. No matter what's been coming at him, the hate's been thrown at him, the names that have been called, painting, doing videos about him that he's some mass murderer, talking about saying they should go over there and noose him up, all kinds of different things. He's got dead kids in his basement, all the pictures they portrayed at him. Jack still has faith. He still has compassion, still sees goodness in them. But that's someone that they paint as this complete opposite of what he is. It's crazy that this is going on when stuff's happening in the world that we should be focusing on, but let's focus on Jack. Let's turn everybody on Jack because we're too scared that he's going to get more subscribers, more views, where we need to make sure nobody supports him. That's the narrative that's being said there, and how honorable is that?
Amen. And thank
Jesse
you.
speaks plainly, bro. He speaks plainly.
Yes,
and
sir.
Jesse he's a man like me, an advocate for what is true. And you know,
Jack. So what's true is, boy, I want to ask you another question.
I got your back, transhumanist. Keep going.
Oh, Jack, have you ever noticed in your life you keep trying to do this one thing and it's not working, our relationship's not working, something's just not clicking? And have you ever noticed the popular concept of when one door closes, another one opens?
Yeah.
3 open.
Jack?
Right.
Sure. I'm aware of the concept.
I've personally experienced closing that door in my head, merely making the decision, I am not going to waste my time on that person anymore. And within minutes, the phone calls or I get an email or a text or something from a better opportunity. Anybody else have that level of magical transformation?
Listen, here, this may be a little different, but the moment I decide to do that, which is the right thing, I also get calls from the devil. The moment you decide to quit drugs is the minute your friend, who is the cheapest fuck in the world, comes by and offers you free drugs. I also get those when I try to make a good decision.
Isn't that weird? But it's specifically, I know what you're talking about. That's kind of drug specific, it seems like, though. Oh, hey, I haven't talked to you in 6 months, but I heard you're quitting.
You've never given me dope in your life. Why today when I quit? That's the way it is with these cats. The moment you make a decision to do a good thing, those evil spirits, well, they know the right people, that woman to distract you, that so-and-so, they know who to do, or get that troll to come up in and make you talk about him for an hour rather than drop the dope on us.
Can I give an analogy? It's like you've been walking around with shit on your shoe and nobody wants to be around because you smell bad, but you need to just scrape it off and leave it behind. I think that's what we're saying.
Yep. Because clinging to things that weigh you down is not going to enable you to ever fly. We have to stop. the negative
Hey, Michael.
behaviors.
Right. No disagreements from you. Sure, you can stay at a distance with your community and your filters of who you allow in and out of your life. You can stay distant and not see my life from my shoes and offer me advice. Many people do that. But yeah, this is my life, and my experience has been different than yours, Michael.
Be more
And
specific,
please don't
Chad.
assume that just because I hold faith that people can change, that I have not started separating myself from Paul. Okay, not distance myself from. Here's where I'm at. I don't know why people don't.
I don't think you understood him, Michael. Michael, you may be talking about two different things. He was talking about closing the
Right.
door.
Close the door. Close the
Thank
door.
you,
say no more of this. No more of that.
Yes, he
in
wasn't
my
talking about
life, and new
gradually.
doors
He
open.
wasn't
Right.
talking about
I've been
gradually.
praying for new doors to open. I've been reaching out, knocking on doors. I've extended invitations for many, many people to speak with me offline as well as online.
Here we go. It's someone else's fault. You're about to go there.
Hey,
Someone,
Joe,
no one received it. You're about to do it.
Stop with the victim mindset.
That's
I'm
what
not
you're about to do
blaming.
now. You're about to
No,
give away your power.
Joe, I'm not blaming. I'm explaining my facts. Okay, you got a problem with the facts? Take it up with God.
No, I disagree with those facts. I
And the
disagree with
fact
them.
What
is,
do you
Michael is
disagree
here. New
with?
doors are opening. New doors are opening all the time. More people
Okay.
are coming in. More people are
Sure.
supporting. So doors are
Sure.
opening. Those
Jesse,
are facts.
wait.
Very
More
good, Jesse.
people are accepting my invitation for a panel to hang out and to talk about things. But since I've changed, followed the advice from others, and, done everything I can, scrambling to survive economically, physically in this world, I don't think I'm asking for too much from people.
I think.
What are you asking for?
Yeah. You're asking
An
too much.
opportunity to be right about myself.
Yeah, you can't give you that. You got to be right about yourself.
Okay, well, what if we've been spending all these fucking days gossiping and complaining, and I've been facing everyone's disagreements and their doubts and disbelief? What if we've spent all these months if one person actually said, "Hey, Jack, let's find out what's going on in your life," and called some of the people involved?
No, I knew you were going there. I said it. You're wrong. Facts might nuts. You're wrong.
Hey, Joe, just because you don't like the truth, don't blame me.
It's no truth.
What is wrong about what I said?
It's everybody's fault, but yours is what's wrong with what you're saying.
That. That's
it is. Well, it's my fault for not helping you. You take no responsibility.
Hey, Joe.
This logic sucks.
Well, Joe, it's something that's true. No. I had to face this about myself. There was many times I could have done more.
Because
I found
didn't.
Fucking excuses. And you know what I see? I see panel after panel of people making fucking excuses for their anger, for their bitterness, for their fear.
Yeah. I'm accusing you of doing that right now.
I'm not afraid of shit.
What is it that you want to accomplish? If let's say that I was like, okay, I want to call some people in your life and get to the bottom of this. What would be accomplished?
Well, what if it is as simple as for someone to come to reality? What if it's as simple as admitting the truth or accepting the truth? And so what if I'm right that my neighbors, most of today's society is filled with confusion where people don't know what is true. And so what if I really am acting as a role, a symbol for a greater message of a wake-up call to reality? And the wake-up call to reality is for humanity to thrive, for humanity to feel good about itself.
I'm not sure that answers Flo's question, but
Well, what if I'm right and there is actually a path for me to speak to the citizens of the United States government for the purposes of helping to wake humanity up to share the truth of God's love
There's
with
nothing
the world,
wrong with that. No one's
so
criticizing you
that
for that.
wars
But
can
those things will
end.
never occur because you've put up this invisible barrier that until someone makes it better with your family, these things can never happen.
Never
It all
said
points
that.
back
Hold
to
on, hold on,
you.
hold
Hey,
on,
Joe,
Joe.
you're
Hold on.
angry about a false narrative. Go
Hold
ahead,
on,
fool.
Jack. Who? Because I was under the impression you were talking about personal people that you knew in your life.
Me
right?
too.
What would be asked of them? Because they don't apply to the UN, right? They don't apply in that goal.
Right. We're talking about your family.
So,
Yeah.
and if you want me to tell you what it looks like to me, I will, but I don't know that you do.
Let's ask this.
He does.
What does it matter? What does it matter what we think about what we know? What's it matter if we don't do anything about it? We all know wars are unjust. Now, do you need me to present a case that wars are unnecessary?
No, we weren't talking about wars.
Okay,
I am. I'm always talking about ending wars. And you people don't see your own patterns of conflict.
That can apply to everybody.
Right. The world can wake the fuck up from its disagreements and conflicts and recognize, hey, holy crap, if we wasted less time.
Do you think that you're the only one who's missing something about themselves?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think that you're the only one who sees clearly all patterns of conflict, including their own?
I've never made that claim. Can you
be
be relevant to that question?
It was implied.
Where did you see the implication that I said that I believe I'm supreme to others?
You said people can't see their own patterns of conflict. Do you see your own pattern of conflict?
Oh, I do recognize when I am starting conflicts. Okay. What I've been here, guys, what I'm saying is easily understood. The resistance that I've been facing and the opposition, I don't understand why. I have harmed no one.
My ass. You really want to know, Jack? You're wasting time.
Joe.
Well, listen, do you want to know or not? You keep asking and saying you want to know. I'll give it to you. I'll be calmed down and give you a better energy. That's my mistake.
That's some good energy, Joe. I like that.
No, it sucks, and I apologize.
Joe, thank you for bringing awareness.
Yes, I suck. All right, but I could do better. We have a loop that we do, and it goes something like this: Jack, I want to end all wars. Great, we're on board. How do we do it? We spend days talking about other ways, and when we pin it down, it always is the same thing. I can't win a war or accomplish my goals because no one from the outside will help me fix my family. It always goes back to that.
No, that's the bullshit you keep repeating, Joe.
Okay,
that is not even remotely to what I've been saying.
We'll be patient. We're men and we're friends. So we'll be around. So time will tell if it is repeated. Time will tell. I'll be patient. Because I think it repeats enough where it'll be easily pointed out. I think it's occurred so many times, it'll occur again.
Well, here, let me offer.
Sarah, don't add fuel to that fire.
The doubt in the here. This is for who is this?
So cool, correct.
Yeah, I was about to ask if we could read the 2 super chats I got. I'm restreaming before you decide to kick it out.
Let's start there. I don't know what a Gundam pilot is.
I do.
We're gonna read it. So me and Jack are not Gundam pilots, but as a potential Gundam pilot, one must transcend the mundane by way of superior genes and or cybernetic enhancement. All right. Can you guys, Joe? Can you pilot a Gundam or Michael?
Yes, I can pilot the Gundam. The Gundam is those giant robots that you see with a human inside of them.
Oh yeah.
You have to connect with it mentally and all of that shit. So a base person cannot pilot where a better person can. So
Thank
I
you
can
for
pilot the Gundam. Yes, I can pilot the Gundam.
Thank you for that explanation
Do you
too.
need a Neuralink to pilot a Gundam?
On some you do. I think most you do, if not all. That guy would. I could spot it the fuckery. Oh, fuckery before it spewed out. Oh boy, Jack is high on God complex. High on what if, not grounded in the tangent. Tangent writing the hide into writing, right? I don't know. Not grounded, but tangent writing to hide insecurity. She needs inner stillness. I don't know.
Thank you for the $10 super chat. Praise God.
Praise God. I love the generosity and support being shared.
And I've got all the gratitude for it.
Right, back to gratitude.
But hey, let me defend myself against these fucking narratives.
I love it.
We're not attacking you. This isn't intended as attack, right, Joe?
Yes. In fact, this is I'll give you thank you, Flo. I'm seeing this as an opportunity. Things that Paul was right. I would say things these more, but they would end me in the basement. I think you're giving me an opportunity now so you don't look like those guys. And I'm taking advantage of it by saying some of the things that I want to say and can't say over here. I'm taking advantage of the situation. And no, it is not to hurt you. Of course, I think these things better you. These are things that we must overcome. And I think you act out in when I present them and all of that bullshit. I don't know if that answer flows. Shit.
And yet you participated in several hours of mockery and consistent insult.
Same shit I do over here when you mock and disrespect Paul. It's the same.
Well, hey, actually, you want to bring this up because this was one of his bullshit narratives he accused you of, and I don't know if you bought into it or not, that you're to blame for not standing up for him when his dumbass can't actually abide by a conversation and he gets thrown to the back.
I know, and then I'll come over here and I'll get blamed for niggas for not standing up for you. It's part of life when you fence right or you don't choose sides.
There's a fucking difference.
Yeah.
What he was painting was mostly unfactual. He imagines false narratives and fucking goes on and on with those narratives being unchecked.
Yes.
Yesterday, he made the claim, and you were there.
Yeah.
He consistently makes the claim that the reason my son, my ex-wife, my friends are out of my life is because of blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
How the fuck do you think he knows that? He doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
He imagines it.
I don't remember exactly why he said you fell out with him, but he said
he says
you
I
blamed
abused them. I was ungrateful and all sorts of bullshit. He
that's
says
kind of
I was abusive towards them. I was. Yeah. He projects his behavior onto me. Many of his cultish followers, his enablers, they do the same thing. They take Paulie's behavior and paint it onto me. Well, I know they are wrong. I know I'm honest. I know I'm caring. I know I'm kind. I know I'm actually pretty patient, despite. No,
I'm not. I'm laughing. I would agree with that. Shit. I would agree with that. You, in fact, we're telling you're too patient most of the time with some of these niggas and shit. So you have an argument.
Right. So which is it?
It's probably
which is it? Am I a narcissist who fucking abuses everybody and you guys all have to be on eggshells when you're here?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
To some degree. There are some topics that are off limits.
You don't accept
if that is, it is.
Well.
You don't.
Well, here, maybe I've explained why. If you can please try to understand why I've been offended by repeated unsolicited criticism.
We will understand why you do it, but we won't give you a pass.
I understand why. You do get way too much criticism, and the lion's share of it is from people who are bringing unconstructive criticism. I think the key is
agreed.
like Michael said, it's in realizing who has what intentions.
Don't carry such weight to people who just hear the bullshit.
Right.
Spot them quick and don't pay them no attention. Don't let, yeah.
Here's another part that I have repeatedly explained, that on these streams, when people go to the back, it's not because I'm triggered always.
Yeah.
Many times it's because there's actually a topic I'd really like to discuss, you know, or maybe some constructive conversations instead of this bullshit that Paul brings and many others. So
they're not
guys,
always because you're angry, but 90% of them are.
Well, again, some of my anger, you know,
no, I don't want to hear my
best.
woman telling me I'm angry because I've been traumatized. I'm never going to tell her it's okay. I'll be patient with her, but I would never tell her it's okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right. But again, I'm being criticized for my reactions to fucking flying monkeys and Paul literally charging viewers up. Go fuck with this guy. He's about to start. And you guys, sure, you can criticize me, the guy who's saying, hey guys, if we unite and we come together, we can actually probably confront those asshats in government.
That's you're trying to come together. It is deserving of criticism to try to continuously come together with somebody who's hostile towards you overtly, continuously.
Well, that's worthy of criticism. You're right. Hey, Flo, you're right. Here's again, though, my side of the story. The people who I dedicated my life to loving, they threw me away. Okay? So I'm trying to win the approval of people, strangers. And I know I'm in the hearts and minds of many. I know I am. This is God's path, and I'm not arrogant about it. I see what's happening.
My man.
But there's people from my past that are fucking confused. And I'm trying to help my son. He's a 20-year-old kid who's fucking confused because his father didn't know the truth when he was being raised. I'm trying to repair the damages from my past. Sure, I've got some blame. Allow me an opportunity to prove my worthiness to them. I don't know what is going on.
You said I got some blame. Are you along with that?
It's not about blame though.
Wait. No. I want to know if you want to get back with the kid to tell him that you were wrong, or to explain why shit happened the way it did.
I want an opportunity to talk to someone who I would have given my life for.
And tell him what?
Ask him. I'd like to know what is going on. What can I do?
Would you be willing to give up that question to reconnect with him?
That's dope.
How? What's the other solution?
That's a no. That's a no.
Well, no,
it's a hard no.
I'm willing to entertain, but what the fuck other? You mean just don't ask why? Yeah, if anyone gives me an opportunity to move forward, that's all I want. I want to see what the future might be together.
Sometimes, I've said this a lot of times to a lot of people, probably you, but sometimes when the past can't be resolved, it's best to just accept that different people had different experiences of the same situation, and that the relationship is worth moving forward with, even if we can't agree on the past.
Sure. How will we know if we can agree or not if we don't ever have a fucking chance to talk?
Let me ask you, Jack, why is it? What happened?
I mean, and Paul's another example.
Yeah.
He won't allow us to discuss any of the fucking disagreements.
Paul, yeah, I know.
No place right here, though.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different, right? Like one's your son and one's just some douchebag from the internet who's been taking advantage of you.
Paul gives me a chance to try.
No,
I'm at the point of walking away from him, but
he doesn't give you a chance to try.
I know.
No.
Well, God gives me a chance to try.
Paul-
I choose to try. I have
Paul
chosen
does
to
not
try.
give you a
My
chance
son
to succeed at
denies.
all.
My neighbors deny. The people at church, my old union brothers and sisters, they refuse to acknowledge that I exist. As
Hey,
far as
Jack.
I can tell,
Hey, Jack, let's
it's
do
crazy.
this. Let's do this. All of those people you named that you have the falling out with, what do we have in common there? Have you considered, because it's extremely logical, that you are playing a big role in all of these incongruencies? Do you play a role in these things, including that with your kid?
Can you only, yes, but only if it makes sense if you include God with me.
Sure.
Okay.
That's
because
fine.
I am filled with love. I am filled with forgiveness, care, and I'm filled with honesty. I'm not the one denying the truth, resisting the
Yeah, I
truth.
got it. But you play the cause in the breaking up. Now you've grown up and you're ready to come back. But you agree that you played a cause in the breakup?
Joe, I've admitted what I've done. What do you remember?
You don't have to be particular. I don't even
What
want
do
to
you
know the
remember?
specifics.
I've
I don't
explained
know.
this multiple times.
I am
This is
very
why I'm
good at
asking.
blanking out people's personal business because I don't want to hear it, especially on the internet. I'm extremely good at it. I have no
Joe,
facts about you and your family.
Joe, I
Yeah.
accept responsibility that I raised my voice and I used profanities in a point of frustration and desperation.
A yes would have been okay.
I love.
A yes would have been okay. What about the bosses and the jobs? You agree that you played a role in that too?
Yep.
All right.
Never fucking denied any of that. I'm the only one in my experience of the past several years who has accepted any responsibility, made any efforts towards my care, my justice. I am alone. And and guys, I'm not complaining. This is what I want you to please consider. There's something amazing happening on earth right now. I happen to think God has a role for me that may include speaking to people in DC, trying to present the case that wars can end.
All right.
I kind of have one.
We'll never know.
Because you can't get there because no one will fix the relationship with you and your kid. That's why we can never fucking do the
Joe,
DC shit.
because everyone makes excuses instead of accepting the opportunity, the possibility that I might be right.
Whenever we ask you for steps, let's do this. All right, hooray, let's all help Jack. It always comes down to call me. The nigga gonna call you at home and you're gonna say, I can't budge until you help me with my kid. You're not gonna say, let's go out there and make protest.
Fucking lie,
Joe. I have one sort of thought that I want to just like put the bow on for this stream, right?
Yes.
And that is that, in my opinion, you will not resolve any of those relationships until you stop seeking retribution or justice, whatever you want to call it.
So if you can trust me that I'm seeking no retribution,
justice.
Maybe our definitions of justice. So you want me to avoid justice?
I want you to avoid them periods. Leave them the fuck alone.
I think it's leave everyone from my past. That's your
I think yes. I think you've never gave them time to heal. Sometimes you got to give them a space, and then you come back and do it. I think you're the girlfriend who keeps coming back when you're not welcome. Give them time.
Hey, Joe. Yeah. So you want to defend people you've never spoken to?
No, I just told you what I want.
And you want to convince me that I have nothing to offer the people of my past. You want me to accept their beliefs. Bullshit. This is the truth that's being presented, just in a different perspective. But these are the facts. That's what Joe is saying.
Joe is saying give people time to heal.
Away? Joe, it's been 5 years. The only fucking thing I did was raise my voice and swore at people.
I wasn't talking about the kids. I was talking about the job in this particular
That's who I'm talking about, dude.
You've been fucking
grown men and women.
Since I've been knowing you,
like cowards.
Since I've known you, you've been talking about your attempts to get back in contact with these people so you can just plead your case.
All right.
Right.
Tell you what. Forget
Right?
the connect. Hey, you're right. You're
All
right.
right.
I've been wrong. I don't want anything to do with my son or the people at the post office or
Now we're
any
gonna be
of those
4
from my
years old.
past.
We're a
So,
kid now.
so now let's focus on the future. Let's focus on the future. We're all here
Yeah.
and now. We all want a
Okay,
better
I like
future
that.
for
I'm
the
always
world.
down. I'm always
All
down.
right. It's my belief that the people in the United States government who have been choosing to spend our tax dollars picking sides in wars,
Yeah,
it's my belief they can choose to end that.
of course.
All right. So if we wanted the people of the American government to stop choosing to fund wars, who should we talk to?
Me and you.
The
Flo and
bankers?
you. Oh God, no.
You and me used to be together.
You get
So
you
if
talk.
we want someone to stop something that's really affecting us and the future of our neighbors, if
Yeah.
we want to take this seriously
Yeah,
and really commit ourselves to, if we want wars to end,
yeah.
whose attention do we need to get?
Oh, we
Who
need to
can
get
help
theirs, but
us?
you said where do
People.
we start?
We need to
Right,
get the.
right.
We need to get.
We start with the people. We need to get their
Yes.
attention in the long run, but we got to start with the people. Agree? Do we agree?
As long as there's a central bank system and people use the dollar and they can either tax you directly or indirectly through inflation to fund wars, they will continue. Every time you
So the way
transact
to
with the dollar-
change that is through the legislation. The same way the Federal Reserve started is the same way to fucking end it through
legislation
the
follows
legislation.
popular opinion. You have to.
All right.
You have to get through. the people.
Hey, you know what? Then what is
legislation's
your
not
solution?
legitimate.
You have any solution to end
He
wars?
is saying get through the
Or
people.
just-
Legislation. He's not saying legislation is bad, but
You're
still
right,
have to go
Jack.
through
I
the
agree with
people.
everything you say. Hold on, Joe. I agree with everything Jack says. There you go.
Stupid.
You know what? Since my words are truthful, at some point,
Oh,
people
yeah?
will start agreeing with what I say. Yes.
Since when did opinions become truth?
When
Very good.
facts and logic, reasoning, when they present the narrative that I'm saying that wars are man-made, man can
Fact.
end wars.
Fact.
I know that we could get along.
We do
could
get along.
talk. Well, we could actually do things to help each other as well. I know that's possible. I know you know people, all of you people know people. If all of us want wars to end, well, let's start sharing that idea and that goal with others. And eventually someone will have ideas on how to get it
Well, that's
done.
exactly what I was trying to do when you jumped my ass. I was trying to
We all
share
agree
with you an
with
idea
that.
on how to fucking communicate that and what to communicate, but you don't want to hear it because you're right.
That's exactly what
Not
Flo was
wrong,
saying. We
but
got to
go
share
ahead
the
with your-
idea with the people. That's
Go
exactly
ahead.
what he
You
was
don't
saying.
want to accept what I'm saying, so sure, let's entertain what you just thought of.
I just accepted it.
No. All right. I'm not going to argue with you.
All right. We were talking about legislation. We get to the people to get the legislation done. We still have to go through the people. Yeah.
The people in Congress. Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the people. I'm thinking of people in Congress. And when one person walks in there, when one person walks in there, they get too much money to listen to you, right? You have to walk in there thousands strong. One individual can still walk in there, but he has to have at least thousands behind him in their head. So you get the people on board and then they'll listen to you.
Amen. Joe,
right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I never thought, especially over the past few years, I never thought it would be so fucking difficult to find other people who think like me that it's time to confront this shit and end it. I never thought it would be so difficult.
Wait, that
Joe.
is not the difficult. We all agree. We're idiots that can't agree on how to do it. That is the devil has got us beat on that.
I say we at least try and stop complaining about it. Stop gossiping about the people who are causing it. And let's find out how to fucking get a hold of them.
Well, we're talking about it now, right? I think we have to win the hearts and mind of the people. We all have begun this conversation before, and we all go to it starts with ourselves. Be the best role model you can. Do those things yourself. Be warless. be friendly, or whatever the opposite is, be that yourself. Then you get other like-minded people, and when they see it working, other people say, wow, they got something there. Now you have a horde of motherfuckers. Now you go talk to Congress, and when you say something, that shit is echoed, and they must listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go through Congress, we can take them same niggas and go to Congress, and with rakes and whatever they did back in the day, tridents, pitchforks and torches. It might
Where
not
does
be to
the
go.
value of the truth come in? Because what I'm hearing is getting numbers in order to get attention of a few.
Oh, that's dope.
So we're appealing to opinions in this case.
We
Yes.
can
And
never
what I'm
sacrifice
suggesting
truth.
is let's discuss cold, hard facts.
Very good.
Cold hard facts show the Federal Reserve and the IRS, the current structures of governance and corporations, they are evil.
That's an opinion.
I was about to say, as much as I believe it, I think I gotta be honest and say it's an opinion. It's 99.99%.
I don't disagree with it, but it's our opinion.
Well,
yeah, we gotta say that.
So let's find the people responsible for the legislation. Let's get them to defend. Okay, because if they can't defend evil with logic and reason and fucking care, then it means they need to change.
Okay, well,
and actually,
if you're right,
this applies for Paul too.
Well, we don't want to do Paul. If you're right, and you are, we need to get them to defend that thing. So that implies some type of back and forth conversation where we present ours and they present theirs. You're absolutely right. They didn't get there without being experts at not giving people the opportunity to have them explain themselves. In fact, these guys will be really good at passing the buck, talk to my secretary. I was gone. They will be the exponential experts of dodging people and not having to hear that. So you have to overcome that when you walk in there. You won't be able to just get on there at 7 o'clock and.
But let's assume that because that can be done, right? So let's assume that you get an audience with just one congressman.
Very good. Yeah.
Do you think that they just haven't considered the possibility of ending war?
Yes.
I think they have considered it.
I think they've looked at the idea of ending war under the old mindset.
What's the new one?
What's that?
What's the new one?
Diplomacy.
Mindset. You didn't think of diplomacy. Be specific.
We allow the truth. We allow the truth and facts to determine our choices and our actions, not opinions from authority.
Well,
and so what I mean by this, I'm talking about a worldwide change. I am, but the problems of this world have become worldwide, and we are all. This is what I'd like to present to Congress: is the facts of consciousness and science, in that we are all one. It's provable. It's undeniable. We are.
I could deny
from
that.
The
I don't
one,
even know what
part
that
of the
means.
one. What's that?
I don't even know what that means when people say that.
Okay, you're right. Well, when we stop believing we're separated between America and Russia, Czechoslovakia, when we stop believing these divisions, even within our nation, we'll recognize we're all one. We're all one community worldwide, global, whatever. We're one worldwide community of humanity that's going through time together. The fact that we war and the fact that we fight when we could be spending time in gratitude, praise, because each day brings forth new opportunities for new discoveries, individually, collectively. We're here to change this world. I am absolutely convinced in that fact.
I thought we were doing
because
we are in agreement with that. In fact, we are talking about how to do it, and you keep going back to we must do it. We are saying do it now. How do we do it?
Well, what I'd like to do is have a wake-up call, a real human-to-human dialogue with people in positions of authority.
Okay, well, then we're back to where Flo was.
We're going to have to address the incentives, right? Because the facts are that they have very real incentives to continue wars right now. You can't act like those aren't there and say, well, wouldn't it be nice?
Yes. Or think that your game is so cold that you'll walk into that room and overcome it.
Are you guys ignoring the fact that those choices to continue wars results in more people being murdered? I know there will be a few.
No,
I know there will be a
They've
few
already
in
demonstrated
wealth
they're
that
fine
won't
with
want
that.
to agree to this, but why I receive so much defense from the poor? I mean, yeah, you guys want to defend the rich, and
I feel like we're the only ones actually trying to solve wars by addressing the real incentives and the real way that things are structured right now, instead of just spewing off whatever that shit is.
Pie in the sky.
The reality is, humanity, for us to continue, we need to find different ways to live together.
We're trying to do one right now. You're about to tell us about how we need to come together, and we're trying to do it right now. Stay focused. No one's attacking you. We're going with the shit where we're sitting in front of these guys. They have a great incentive not to listen to you. Fact is that Don Juan, the fucking pimp from Chicago, couldn't go in there. His game is going to be so cold, it's going to overcome the millions of incentive or the position of power of whatever it is. The political alignments they've made. What you say is probably not going to do it. However, I still agree that it's feasibility. I think if you go in there with the tens of thousands of people, whether literally or figuratively, now they at least give you more of an ear. Do you disagree with any of that? Can one man walk in there without that?
It requires an invitation. And this is where I believe getting the right connections, the right people involved, we can create.
Okay, that's a way around it. That's a way around it. It can get you an audience, but now you're assuming your game is so cold that you're going to talk this politician past all of them incentives. If you, Jack, are that person who, and we help you get those connections to put you in front of UN, it's not too much to ask. I want to hear now what you're going to say then, why I have to work so hard to get you there. What is the message? It's not a big ask.
Praise God.
If you tell me we have to end wars, I'm going to come there. I don't even know where you live, but I'm going to come there and stab you.
Okay. What I hope to remind these people of, and here's the way I see it, is if somehow connections can create an audience in front of some members of Congress or the administration.
Or UN or whatever,
Ideally, I would see, even if it's a small group, I would hope that would be a step towards addressing all of them at once. And while addressing members of Congress, it is publicized, it's public. So if a citizen comes in there to speak to equal citizens just in their dutiful position of government, if we come in and we present to them the fact that they need the conflicts in our government it's continued into the governed, right? So as long as these people are, I'd like these workers to be held accountable for doing their jobs. Their jobs as sitting members of Congress is not to pretend to be a fucking Republican or a Democrat and just start fights or keep fighting for party lines. The fact is, we have the opportunity to end all the debts and the wars.
Oh, wait. So I asked you, what is the message when you're going to go in there and tell them? And it took about 2 minutes for it to go to, we have to end all wars. Is that what just happened?
Well, the fact is, war is inefficient for business. It's inefficient. It's destructive for the environment. It creates psychological and spiritual trauma that ends up increasing costs to care for, and to this entire society we all know is corrupted, and it's been corrupted because of misplaced values.
We got to get our script better before we put you in front of those people.
I would love some Yes, some refinement. And it's coming. And you know what? Guys, thank you. Flo, Joe, you guys especially, you've been very patient with me. And at the same time, you pull some great perspectives to make me, to challenge what I'm saying. I respect that.
We're still considering stabbing you.
I understand
that's
that.
stabbing's not out of the window. Yeah. Keep in mind this too, Jack, because I think that normally you do fear some of these topics that we brought up. You were extremely fucking liberal, or I don't even know the word. This is not like normally. Keep in mind that you are not able to say anything we want to say, even critiques of you, without dropping us once. And the conversation didn't go crazy. Nobody got wounded. Nobody got hurt, and it was very productive, in my opinion.
I agree. I'm working on improving.
All right, I'm finna bail on you guys, man. I've had a plate sitting here for far too long, man.
Man, eat that food.
Enjoy.
Somebody said there was a Talcott stabbing party going on here. Can I get immediately? Is this true, Jack? I'm getting word from lands far and wide that we are now going to stab Jack Talcott and put an end to all this madness.
Anything is possible. I don't. It's who knows? Well, we are all at the mercy of the world and what we can push ourselves to accomplish. So if those people want to push themselves to accomplish that, test it again.
All right, Jack. Well, I love you. We don't have to agree in all ways for me to still love you and care about you, but I need to stay away from you because you're a dangerous narcissist. So I'm going to back out and I'm going to let you continue your not let you, but I'm going to, show deference and maturity in some sense. I know that's hard to believe, but
respect.
All right, sir. I'm out of here.
Have a blessed afternoon. I assumed he was done. I put him.
He just love bombed you and called you a narcissist. How amazing!
Many people offer their love in unique ways, and
Jack, I'm going to start yelling at you again.
Actually, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Gratitude and praise. My praise to you guys. Thank you, and my gratitude is sincere. And all of you who did join the panel and the chat.
Thank you for letting me wig out and not putting me in the dungeon. And and Michael, I never got to hear much of your shit, but it sounds like I like you better at the end of the stream than I did when I first came in, and was pretty sure you were a transhumanist trying to sell carbon credits or something.
Quite the opposite.
Okay. Well, if you're still around, I think I'm going to do a panel in a bit, and everyone's welcome. It'll be open. And Jack, if you want to let your hair down and take off the collar shirt.
I may join later. I may. Thank you, Flo.
Yep. Be good.
Michael?
You guys. Yes, sir.
Hey, thank you for joining. I appreciate your patience with the chaos. I know the energies isn't your cup of tea. I'm growing and improving. We all are, I believe. Please.
We all are indeed. Love and blessings to all, Jack. Thanks for having us.
God bless. Thank you, Michael. And golly geez. I got love for you too. Snafu, I didn't mean to keep you in the back or to keep you out, but
No, it's fine. It's you know what? All I gotta say is screw those who think they're better than others, and fuck you, Paul. Have a good night, Talcott.
Snafu, thank you, brother. I don't share the same conclusion, but I know that humanity, we are here, brothers and sisters. It may seem scary, it may seem illogical to get along with people you don't like, people you may not trust. You got to use your discernment, but go through your time, choose your relationships, choose your intentions. Honestly, please, from a place of gratitude, recognizing that the day, this world, this time was created for you, for me, for us. This time on earth is revealed for us all to share, to discover, to do with what we choose. And so, brothers and sisters, if you can take a few moments each day, I got my practice and I start in the morning as soon as I get up, bringing yourself, filling yourself with gratitude, right? If for no other reason than just because it feels good. And it does when we humble ourselves to the blessings of life, to the gift that breath of life brings. Holy cows. When we can find gratitude for that gift and praise for all that is, all that you know, all that you can remember, all that you care about. Find the gratitude and praise in your life, brothers and sisters, and you'll fill yourself with more love, and your life, a life filled with more gratitude, more love, more peace, more joy, more fulfillment. That's what it's about, man. We're here to grow. So till next time, thank you again, brothers and sisters. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again. God bless.